Rob, the Wisconsin Badgers go into Mackey and beat Purdue 94-84. They were 1-6 at Mackey since 2015 entering the game. John Tonje goes off in this game for 32 points, and Klesmit pours in 17. What did Wisconsin show the nation?
I think you saw one of the most impressive offensive performances that we've seen so far this season, what Wisconsin was able to do. They were 20 for 22 from inside the arc, guys. They were able to get wherever they wanted. And you know, I think a lot of that is by design with what Greg Gard has kind of done with this offense. And I think he deserves a lot of credit for kind of revamping what Wisconsin basketball is. They're not this slow down pace, play 360th in pace, you know, try to get as minimal number of possessions as you can, run the swing offense. No, what they're doing is they're putting 5 out. They're spacing the floor. They got big guys in Steven Crowell and Noah Winter that can step out. And they're allowing guys like John Blackwell, like John Tonje, just kind of go out there and make plays and play off the bounce. And Tonje was, you know, we talk about transfer portal identification, right? Like he was a perfect fit for what they need. A big, powerful wing that can get wherever he wants, that can draw fouls, that is efficient. And I will say this too, right? I think a lot of this says something about Purdue and the fact that they're missing bodies in and around the rim and kind of missing a rim protector. But I think that one bad week in December for Wisconsin is kind of blinding us to the fact that this is one of the best offensive teams in the country. And Fanny, we talked about this the other day, right? When you look at past teams that have won national titles, every single one of them, except for UConn in 2014, was ranked in the top 21 heading into the tournament in Ken Palm's adjusted offensive efficiency rankings. Every one of them except for 3 were ranked in the top 31 of Ken Palm's adjusted defensive rankings. The 3 that weren't: 2009 UNC, 2015 Duke, and 2021 Baylor. All 3 of those teams were elite offensively and top 40-ish kind of defenses, right? Mm-hmm. And when we did this little exercise on the DTF podcast the other night, we had 8 teams that qualified for those 2 rankings, right? The one that we kind of gave a pass for was Alabama because they're elite offensively and just pretty good defensively. Well, Wisconsin is really close to checking a lot of those numbers. They're top 6 right now in adjusted offensive efficiency. They're top 40 in adjusted defensive efficiency. And they look like a team that is going to be difficult to guard because of what they can do at that end of the floor. And Jeff, you said this earlier today. I don't know if there is a team in the sport that we have kind of overlooked more than Wisconsin right now. They're the highest rated team on KenPom in the Big Ten. They have won 12 of their last 14 games. They're 10-4 in the Big Ten, but they've won 10 of their last 12 in the Big Ten. And they got a guy that can go out and win you games all by himself in John Tonje. Jeff, why are we not giving Wisconsin? And honestly, this falls on us. We said a lot of the conversation for college basketball. Why are we, Field of 68, not talking enough about Wisconsin?
I don't know, but damn it, putting on my Badgers hat and let's go. Like they are fun to watch though. They're fun to watch. They're not as sexy. They don't have the personality of maybe that 2015 Wisconsin team that had the best offense in the country then and lost in the national title game, right? They don't have Kaminsky and Decker and Nigel Hayes and some of these guys. They don't have those big personalities, but what they do have is one of the best offenses in the country right now. So much fun to watch. They can shoot it. Like you said, their bigs can step out and make shots. They can get up and down the court. They don't play slow. So I think they're just kind of I don't know. I don't think we've given them the credit, even though they got off to a good start, because I think we felt like they were going to come down to earth. They went through a little bit of a rough patch, but they've rebounded from it and showed us they're for real. They've got a lot of really good wins this year, and this is a Wisconsin team that wouldn't shock me to see them in the second weekend or maybe even in the Elite Eight this year.
Not at all.
And I think part of it too, Fanta, not to cut you off real quick, but I think part of it too is that since the Arizona win back in, what was that, like November, early November, right? They don't really have a loud victory, right? Like beating Pitt, that's good. Beating Iowa, good. Winning at the rack, good win. Beating Ohio State, looks good on the metrics. Beating Indiana, great. They don't have something that is loud that is going to give us a reason to kind of get excited about it. Well, you know what? putting up 94 on this Purdue team in that building, that's loud.
2 years ago, Wisconsin averaged 65 points per game, just over 7 threes per game. Last year, they averaged 75 points per game. Again, 7 threes per game. You lose A.J. Storr. You lose Chucky Hepburn. You lose Tyler Wall. You're thought of as an afterthought in the Big Ten in the preseason. They were picked in the back half. They're averaging 81 points per game, 10 threes per game. They're leading the country, could break an all-time college hoops record at 84% from the free throw line. They counter your defense in a variety of ways. They could beat you with 4, 5, 6 different concepts. And Tonje, man, that guy is a bucket.